Hi, I'm Paul Cirba. Welcome to the Revolutionize America show. Our two primary goals are more freedom and more prosperity for the American people. Today, the subject is punishing savers. Think about that, punishing savers. Why would anybody punish American savers? But that's what's going on today and has been going on for over a decade. There's a reason for it. It's a very simple reason why interest rates are, for all practical purposes, negative. Interest rates today on a savings account are negative, and calculated with 2% inflation. But here's the problem. The federal government has this burning desire to spend trillions of dollars that they don't have. Remember, you and I have savings accounts. Washington, D.C. does not have a savings account. But they have something that's far worse. They have the printing press, so they can create money out of thin air. $1 trillion today is 12 zeros. 12 zeros. So in order for the federal government to borrow the $1 trillion that they don't have, the American saver has to sacrifice and not get a reasonable return on his or her money. And what is that return? If you have a $100,000 savings account today, which the average American does not have, the $100,000 savings account, you will earn $100 per year. Now, if you take the $100 out of the bank, you have to pay interest on it. What's $100 today when you have a $100,000 savings account? Think about how ridiculous that is. That, in my mind, is thievery. In my mind, it's a criminal act for the federal government to punish the American saver. That $100 a year will barely buy you a bag of groceries today. That's at the end of the year. So in late December, you can cash it in. But the $100 is taxable, remember, so now you're down about $80 a year. Think about what a perverse system this is. Now, there's one solution to that. And that solution is a free market solution, whereby interest rates are not selected or controlled by a handful of Washington bureaucrats. Interest rates are determined by the free market. In other words, in certain places, when the demand is high, interest rates will go up. In other places, when the demand is low, interest rates will go down. That's what it should be. That's how they should be controlled. They should not be controlled by a handful of bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. who are beholden to the people who appointed them, and then this cycle continues. Now, if we don't do anything, how long will this cycle last? Well, it's already lasted more than 10 years. Why will the political class, you think they'll give up spending $1 trillion that they don't have when they could do it by snapping their fingers? They will continue to do it. We have to build a movement that says we want a fair return on our money. A 2% savings account on a $100,000 savings account is $2,000 a year. With inflation, average inflation, that means you're still at zero. So you need to get a 4% return in order to have a profit above 2% inflation. As we know today, inflation is 6%. But I'm calculating on a long-term norm of 2%. So we have to make these things happen. Think of the senior citizens who could use $4,000 a year as a result of their $100,000 savings account, as opposed to a bag of groceries. Thank you for watching. Click that bell and subscribe today to join the movement.